Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out
and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Peterson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
That's the way you fly the ball.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on, line. Come on, line. We better than that.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Let's go, baby.
So here are the Jets under new head coach Adam Gase. They'll be led out by a man who's now in his 11th season in the league, Matthew Stafford, at 31 years of age.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 2nd down. First carry from Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
And Ndamukong Suh provokes a whole lot of conversation. But at the end, everyone agrees, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
Hey, lady! Right there, 54 Mike. Here we go. Check.
Here's the 6th-round pick from Oklahoma, Rodney Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. You don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he fires one incomplete. The veteran Brandon Marshall, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. It's Jordan Wilkins here, second-year man from Ole Miss. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. A look now at the defensive starters for the Jets. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
They begin with a run by Davis. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The numbers for Davis last week, 16 carries, 81 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Wilkins. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Set the turtle defense. Set the turtle defense.
On 2nd down, Davis. And he's got some space here. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards on the ground.
Let's go, defense.
Stafford on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Anderson. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
The tackle made. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Brings up 3rd.
On third down. Wilkins. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
That man Myers last year with the Jets in his first season made a name for himself.
He certainly did. How about this? The NFC and AFC Pro Bowl kickers both came from the New York teams. Aldrick Rosas for the NFC and Jason Myers here for the AFC with the Jets. How about him? 33 for 36. Really helped out the young quarterback, Sam Darnold.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
A second down throw for Winston. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver, Josh Reynolds. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Winston. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
We got this.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
180. The tackle made by Mario Davis. Hey, watch that. Check right.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
After the penalty, it's Davis. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Tackle made by Delano Hill.
Keep playing hard. Let's get it.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Stafford. For Marshall, that's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Dolphins on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now. Out in front here, they've got it 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Davis on the tackle.
54.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
You ain't doing nothing.
Stafford on third down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. There's Dante Pettis as his guys head back out onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Winston. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Ben Banogu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And he was plus 5 seconds there with the football. Is there a time that a quarterback has to get rid of it?
Somewhere generally around 3 seconds. So just like we're playing in our turkey bowl right in our backyards, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, that ball better be gone because anything past that, that's usually the end result.
55 is my guy. 55.
3rd and long for Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. 2nd quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
So far, just the single catch. On the carry, it's Davis. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Hey, check.
On 3rd down, Davis. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Let's go, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And this defense, they came prepared. He's probably going to be seeing them in his sleep if they don't fix things quickly.
And that's not exactly what he wants to see in his post-game slumber. So they've got to figure out a way to slow things down a little bit. Some screen passes, some draws, anything to make the defensive front hesitate a little bit, think on their way back to the quarterback, maybe even a quarterback draw, some type of tendency breaker to change things up.
Exactly. Whatever the case, something to mix it up here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From the 22, here's second and 8. To throw, Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And just like that, it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
And New York set to take the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Third and long, it's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Adrian Peterson now getting ready to go again on offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11.
On second and 11 now. Winston. Here's a screen to Powell. AP still got it. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. Here's Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run for it with Peterson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jimmy Graham. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
There's something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. He's got a man. That's Marshall. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. He will find Davis. That's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing is Stafford. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To throw is Stafford. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Throw left side complete. It's Peterson. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the end zone. Peterson tackled for the safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Taylor now returning it.
Come on, fellas.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Stafford's pass. Complete to DJ Moore.
On the draw, this is Davis. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
On 2nd and a yard, Stafford, and he whips that one incomplete there. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
We got 3.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They run with Hines. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half here. Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. So we've reached halftime here in what we saw to be a very competitive first half, 8-7, just a 1-point game at intermission. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's Matthew Stafford who's had it working in the first half. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
A first down carry for Davis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. They run the counter. It's Wilkins, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. His throw incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. From the gun, a give to Davis. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
250. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On first down at Stafford. Looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. It's Davis on the counter. And some space here. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Mike Davis. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And a long run there in the end to top it off. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
4 down, check.
They run again with Peterson. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New York set to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
and they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Check right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Throws left side, complete to Brandon Marshall. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon Marshall. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Davis.
Mike Davis, the ball carrier.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On 3rd down, Wilkins breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Touchdown.
Jordan Wilkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Jets 22.
So that drive, 4 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This pass complete to Reynolds. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Jameis now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Jameis again. That's into the hands of Reynolds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Hines. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
That's another Dolphins first down.
From the gun, Winston. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 31.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston, and he finds his tight end, Graham. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. The throw over the middle taken in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
That's another Dolphins first down.
Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Josh Reynolds, his third touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Marr on for the extra point. That's up and good. It's 22-14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. On the run, it's Davis. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. They go again with Davis. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
I'm going to hit you. Ready? Blue 60. Mine's 54. Mine's 54.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Davis. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Toss play. This is Anderson. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
False start. Offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Davis. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Okay, Brady, I see you.
Again at 6 yards. And it's third down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
I got one, I got one. Let's go.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Winston. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Jameis to throw it. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
And it's taken in at the 9.
Keep playing hard.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Stafford now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Davis now. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. He can run for it, and he will. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one.
At the 4-yard line.
Let him go.
Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Winston from the gun on 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Winston now. And that will be incomplete as well.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Throwing, Winston. Open man is heard. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football.
Still first down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They'll come out in the pistol. So it's still first and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Following the penalty, it's Peterson. He won't go down, and he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Adrian Peterson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a second time for 6 points.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. For Marshall, that's complete.
Holding, offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And they just had that pick-6. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that, because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Indomitian Suh in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
False start, offense.
Ready.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Dan Arnold, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. This is Miller, complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
1st down, Winston. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Duke Riley with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Back to throw, Stafford. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Stafford now to throw. Underneath to Davis. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. First things first here, they got to pick up the 1st down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, You can't have those kind of plays.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. He's back to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well.
Face mask.
I think this one's going to be a face mask. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Jets 31.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And an alley to run. He's at the 40. 20, 10, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Marr now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. We're going into the final play of this game. They knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Miami, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.